Hello everyone, I hope you're all having a great day today, and in this video we're going to be doing a review for the Batman 1943 serial, which was actually Batman's debut into live action. The character himself first appeared in the 1939 Detective Comics number 27, and then he got his own comic series in the spring of 1940, and within just a few years he was on the big screen. Now if you don't know what a serial is, it's not a movie or a TV show. Basically back in the olden golden days, they would have double features at the movie theater, and in between the movies they would play an episode of a serial. So it essentially was a TV show, but it was only on the big screen instead of watching it at home. And the episodes would usually be around 15 to 20 minutes, but they weren't like a consistent length. But without any further ado, let's hop right into the review for this. So essentially when it comes to the 1943 Batman serial, it just is really cool that this was the first appearance of Batman and Robin in live action. And this is something that you can literally just look up on YouTube. You can find all the episodes. And while it doesn't really hold up that well by today's standards, it is just kind of cool to watch just as kind of a novelty thing. It is actually kind of interesting though. If you look at the serial itself, it came out during World War II.
They represent American youth who love their country and are glad to fight for it.
Good morning, America.
And a lot of fans at the time were actually expecting the villain to be the Joker, and I do believe there actually were plans for the Joker to be the villain of the serial, which actually would have been super cool. But the villain ended up being like this evil scientist guy who was working for the Emperor of Japan, because Japan was part of Axis powers during World War II. So the scientist guy is like trying to brainwash all these people and turn them into zombies. So it does kind of go very science fiction, but obviously it has a very low budget. Like this entire serial, the low budget is very obvious. Not to mention it's just not very realistic. Everyone would have immediately found out that Batman was Bruce Wayne and Robin was Dick Grayson, given the fact that their costumes weren't that good and they also drove around in the same car that Bruce Wayne has. But again, while it's so easy to pick on the bad quality of this, it's entertaining to watch. Like there's a lot of novelty to it, and most importantly, this was actually very influential to Batman in general. First of all, I really like the actor that played Alfred in this, and I like how he actually gets in on some of the fun with Batman and Robin in here. But if you didn't know, his design in comics prior to this was completely different than it was now, but because this version of the character was more slim and had the mustache, that's what the design of Alfred in the comics has changed to, and it's stayed that way ever since. And also the Batcave hadn't been in the comics prior to this. This was the first appearance of the Batcave, which became a huge part of the Batman lore. Not to mention that this serial and its sequel Batman and Robin both had a bunch of like cliffhanger episodes and that kind of stuff, which inspired the 1960s Adam West series, which was pretty phenomenal. So at the end of the day, while the quality of this really isn't the best, and all of the henchmen literally look exactly the same and you can't keep track of who's who, it is pretty interesting to see this, just to see how much it's influenced Batman over the years. So overall, on the quality scale of 0 to 100, I'll give it a 53%. And if you're a Batman fan, I would recommend you check this out, or at least see clips of it, because it is just very cool. But if you have seen it, let me know what you think about it in the comment section down below. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.